Yes, people, welcome back to another TSTALKS podcast. Hope you're all doing good, keeping safe. The last few days have been a bit of an interesting one in regard to this whole royal family thing. Obviously, we got the interview from Harry and Meghan, which they did with Oprah. You know, a couple bombshells in there. I think the main one was the discussion talk about Archie's skin, and there was a concern about how dark he was going to be, and it has caused a lot of uproar from many of people. I think for some people, one thing I have to say in Britain, and I've said it before, a lot of people don't like to admit that there's racism in this country. There is a lot of undertone stuff, and I'm not saying that's the case with this, because obviously I wasn't there to witness what was said, but in general, they've came out and made a statement which they've made. They've more or less said it wasn't the Queen or Philip. So the reality of it is it wouldn't surprise me. And I know some people are saying, well, you shouldn't say it if you're not going to say who. But at the same time, I think it's more of a thing of they didn't really want to throw anyone under the bus, although they have done so. But it is what it is. But, from that, you can see from the title of this, is no longer Piers Morgone on Good Morning Britain. It's Piers Morgone, because he's gone. And he quit Good Morning Britain, after he got it stuck on him by Alex Beresford, who's another presenter on there. And, I think it's calm, because I remember a couple of years ago, I remember Alex walked off the show after Piers basically done his he basically did the weather report that Alex was meant to present, and so it's like a slow calmer for Piers. But in regards to Piers Morgone, I've actually given him some props during the pandemic, because the way he's got onto a lot of these government officials during their poor handling of the pandemic has been rightfully so. And you could see that a lot of the government, literally, they boycotted the show for 6 months. So that kind of said that, oh yeah, you know what, we don't really want to go in there because we know my man's going to put it to us. And even when I spoke on that one, I said I don't agree with everything this man says, but in regards to the holding the government accountable to their poor handling of the whole COVID thing, I give him props for that. But in regards to his comments on Meghan and Harry, especially Meghan, it's quite clear that a lot of this has come from bitterness and hatred. We've all seen the thing that, he went for drinks with her or whatnot. And then I saw where he said, actually, from there, she went in a cab and she went to a party where she met Harry, etc. But he's been very bitter towards her, and he's just been sour. People have called him out on it. I remember not so long ago, Giggs, not Ryan Giggs, but the rapper Giggs was kind of, you probably might have thought you were bannering him. He was kind of saying, look, you need to chill out on Twitter, like just let it go, like, yeah, you might have met her one time or whatnot, but yeah, like you're done. But when that interview came out, like his instant narrative was like, oh, well, oh, she's this, she's that, and whatnot. And it's like, well, you're not really in a position to talk. And I think when Alex was putting it on him to say, like, nah, like, your comments about her are this, yes, you might have gone out of her one time or whatnot, and she weren't interested. And yes, she might have cut you off, but she ain't said nothing rude about you since she's cut you off. It's her choice whether she or not she wants to cut you off. And I think the reality of that then sunk in with him, and you realise there's nothing he can say, and he just quit. And for me, it's like, if he's one that he's dished it out time and time again, sometimes rightfully so, but you can't dish it and then not be able to take it when it's put back on you. And you could see in his face when Alex was telling him all this stuff, it's like, oh, in regards to Meghan, like, well, you know, you've constantly said this and that. You can see in his face is like there's no comeback he has to this, and you know, he did the baby thing and quit, but it is what it is, man. You know how life goes, you know. You know, what goes around comes back around, you know. If you're going to be able to dish it, you're going to be able to take it, you know. That's something I learned from young. That's something from kids, you know. You're going to cuss someone will cuss you back. You're going to hit someone's going to hit you back. Well, you know, he's quit the show. It'll be interesting to see what they do going forward. I know, obviously, they have other presenters on there that, you know, can come in and step in general. But yeah, the talk is that apparently he's got a lot of offers on the table, not from the likes of BBC, but potentially the likes of Netflix, Amazon, because he is someone that, although he's a Marmite character, he does bring some level of viewership to a platform. So whatever he goes on to do, good luck to him. You know, I've got nothing bad to say about the guy, but in terms of his comments, it was cleared out of bitterness and hatred, and yeah, that's something he needs to look into personally with himself and address properly in his own time. So yeah, man, that's my thoughts on it. You can let me know your thoughts on, you know, Piers Morgone, because yeah, the man's gone from Good Morning Britain, and let me know your thoughts on this whole the whole interview in regards to the royal family situation. I'll probably do a separate video on it, to be honest, but I just thought I'd talk about the man that's gone in this one. So yeah, man, that's it from me. Like I said, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and if you haven't already done so, hit the subscribe button now, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.